Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's hard level difficulty puzzle, and it's called Irregular Killer Sudoku 3 by Mir Razi Mehdi Ali. And here are the rules. Place the digits 1 through 9 in every row, column, and in every region. So this, for example, would be that's not, yes, that is 9 cell, wait. Yes, that's a 9 cell region here. So this would be a region, this would be a region, this would be a region, etc., etc. And they all must contain the digits 1 through 9 once each, or without repeats in that region. And digits in a killer cage must sum to the given total without repetition. So for example, these two digits must add up to 13, these four must add up to 15, these four must add up to 20, these four must add up to 20, etc., etc. So as an valid example, you could have something like, I don't know, 3728, and that is valid for this 20 cage, but you could not have something like 3737 because you would have repeats in the killer cages. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So, the regions are interesting. We have killer cages along the region. These two digits add up to 15, so it's 6 and 9 or 7 and 8. Therefore, in the rest of this region, this must have a 6, 9, and 7, 8 here. So these two digits must be, actually, that's not true. It has one of these digits, because this is in the same region. Now, this is interesting. These three regions will add up to 135, right? Actually, these four regions... Okay, this region here, you have 8, 17, so this must be an 8, 9 pair. This is a 5, because it's the only 5 there. This is 15, so 15 plus 5 is 20, plus 17 is 37. So these two digits must add up to 45 minus 37, which is 8. So it's either 1, 7 or 2, 6 here. This adds up to 8, so this must add up to 12. So it's either 3, 9, 4, 8, or 5, 7. So this is 12. This is a 9 here, because that's the only digit in the cage. Therefore, where is the 9 in this region here? It must be one of these 4 cells. Therefore, what is these 3 digits? You have 3 digits adding up to 20. Without a 9, the maximum you can have for 3 digits is 21, which is 6, 7, and 8. Therefore, you can only subtract 1 from the 6 and make that a 5, 7, 8, and there's no other combination that adds up to 20. So this is 5, 7, and 8 here. One of these is 7. Well, okay, that's not helpful. Never mind. The remaining digits in this column, so both of these, 2 of these have to be here and be 5, 7, or 8. None of these can be 5, 7, or 8. So the remaining digits in row 1 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 9. These are specifically 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, because it cannot contain a 9, since one of these 4 must be a 9 for this upper left region. This is a 7. So this pair cannot be 7, 8 adding up to 15. It must be a 6, 9 pair. Therefore, this can't be 6 or 9. The remaining digits in the box have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. What we have here is interesting, though. This is 9, this is 8, 9. Okay, this is the same region as this, so it cannot be 3 and 9 added together. So it's either 4, 8, or 5, 7 here. This is 8, 9 pair. We need 3 and 4 in this region here. Well, let's continue with this. What are these three? These three regions must add up to 135, right? Because it's three regions. So what is this then? At most, we don't know. Anyways, let's add up the cages. This is 25 here. We have 25 plus 15, that's 40, plus 20. So 25 plus 15, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. So this is already 140 without 2 cells. This can't be 7 because of the 7 in the row. This can't be 8. These two digits add up to 13. So it's either 4, 9, 5, 8, or 6, 7. If this is 7, this can't be 7 because of that 7, so this can't be 6. This can't be 9 either, so this can't be 4 here. Eight cannot be here. So in this region where, okay, this is either 8 is here in this region or 8 is here in that region. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, but we know 3 and 4 have to be here. This 20 cage. These two digits. So, okay. In this region here, we know one of them's here. What are these two digits? They have to be here too. So all three of 5, 7, and 8 have to be essentially in this part of region of the upper left region. So 5, 7, 8 cannot be in the rest of that column, right? Because these two cannot be here. They have to be here. This one obviously is there in column 5. So this can't be 5, 7, or 8. This must be 4, which makes this an 8. Therefore, 4 cannot be here. This can't be 8 either. So this can't be 5, 7, or 8, or 4 or 9. So it's now 1, 2, 3, or 6 here. If this were 5 and this were 7, 8, that would force 7, 8 to be here. But then that would be 15, and you would have 3 other digits adding up to 20 minus 15, which is 5, which is not possible because they have to be unique. So this cannot be 5. This has to be 7 or 8. One of these must be 5. This is 4, 8, and 9. So where is 4 in row 9? It cannot be here because this region already has a 4, 8, and 9. It can't be here because of what these add up to. It can't be here. It must be here. So this is 4, which means this can't be 4. We know here has to contain a 3, a 5, and So 3 and 5 both have to be here, and then we have 1, 2, 6, 7 remaining. But 7 cannot be here because of the 5, 7. This can't be 5 either. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 6 also. And then these can be 7. It has to be 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. The 7 has to be here because this can't be 7. So this can't be 7 here. This can't be 1. 4 has to be one of these two. In this region here, where is the 4? It has to be one of these three. So this cannot contain a 4 here. This can't be 6 because of the 6, 9 pair in the column. This can't be 7 because of the 7 in the column. This can't be 8 because of the 8 in the column. This can't be 5. This can't be 8. Neither can this. So this must have a 5 here, which means this cannot be 5 here. What else do we have? What can this digit be? You could have 5, 6, 7, and this is 2. So 5, 6, 7, 2. 3, 6, 7 would have to have a 4 there, so that's not possible. 2, 6, 7 would have to have 5 there, which is possible. 1, 6, 7 would require a 6 here, so that's not possible. What about without 7? If we have 3, 5, and 6, 3, 5, 6 would be, that adds up to 14, so therefore this would be 6, which doesn't work. 2, 5, 6 works with 7. 1, 5, 6 works with 8, but that can't be, so far that can't be 1 then. So it's 5 and 6. So without 6, without 7, you would have 2, 3, and 5, which is not possible. So this would have to have at least. So it's either has a 7 or 6 here, or both. This is 2, 5, or 7. This cannot contain a 1, though. Right? We tried it with the 1. 5, 6, 7 requires a 2. 3, 6, we tried 1. 1, 6, 7 doesn't work because 1, 6, 7 with 6. 1, 6, 1, 5, 7. Actually, did I try 1, 5, 7? 1, 5? Maybe that's not valid. Okay, what are the possibilities again? Let's go do this again. So 5, 6, 7 is possible with, so this can't be 6, this can't be 7, with 2. To add up to 20. 3, 6, 7 would add up to 16 with a 4, which is not possible. 2, 6, 7 works with a 5. 1, 6, 7 doesn't work because it would have to have 6 there, and then that would repeat. We tried it without a 7. I guess we didn't try the other ones, right? We could try 3, 5, 7. That would be 15 here, so that would require 5, which we have a repeat there. 2, 6, 7, 4 doesn't work because you can't have a 4 there. Or actually, it's not 2, 6, 7. 2, 5, 7. Actually, that could work. 2, 5, 7 could work with 6. I'm not sure I like going down this route. This seems kind of not the best route. What about this? This has to have a 5, and it has to have 7 here. at least. So this is at least 12. This could be the 1, though. It could be 1, 2... Well, you already have a 5. So, okay, what are the possibilities? If this is 5 and 7, that means the remaining digits are 1. It has to be 3 digits adding up to 8, but we can't have a 5, so therefore it's 1, 3, 4. So if it's 5 and 7 here, that means this is 4, this would have to be 1, 3. Right? And that would add up to 20. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. 4 cannot be here if that's the case, right? If it's 5 and 8 adding up to, it would add up to 13. So the 3 remaining digits would add up to 20 minus 13, which is 7. And you would have to have 1, 2, and 4. So this could be 1, 2, and 8. So either way, this has to be 4 then, which means 4 cannot be in the remaining digits in the region. This is guaranteed 4. So this either way has to have a 1. So 1 cannot be here, 1 cannot be here. And one of these is a 6. So 1 has to be here, which means 1 cannot be here. Therefore, 1 must be one of these 2 digits here. Yeah, I like that one. This can't be 4 here because of this 4. If this is 9, it has to have, it's 5 digits adding up to 20 with 9. So it has to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. So then this would have to be 1, 5, 1, 5, which is possible. This can't be 7 because of that 7. 1 has to be one of these 2. Therefore, 1 cannot be here. 5 cannot be here. This must be 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9 here. But 4 cannot be here. These 4 digits add up to 25. 5 minus 4, which is 21. Where are the 4s in these regions? 4 cannot be here or here. So in this region, the 4 has to be one of these 2 or one of these 3. What about the 4 here? It has to be one of these 3. What about there has to be a 4 here, so this cannot be 4 here. So we know 4 has to be one of these 4 in this region. And this can't be 4, obviously. 4 can't be here. We don't know about these. Um, 6 and 9 cannot be here. Hmm. Huh. Five is one of these 4. 5 is one of these 4. 5 is one of these 2. Where is the 5 in column 9? It must be one of these 2 or this one. which means there cannot be a 5 in the rest of this bottom right region, right? Because the 5 has to be one of these three. I guess it could be here, so that's possible. But just can't, 5 cannot be any of these three. I'm not sure how helpful that is. What about this? 4 digits adding up to 20. This is 5 and 7 or 5 and 8, right? This is 20. What is this, actually? Can this ever be 6? If this is 6, well, these 3 digits match these 3 digits. So let's mark those. Those must be those 3. Because the rest of this column is the region, the bottom right region, right? Now, this is 20, and this is at least 12. So this is at most 13. If this were to be a 6, this would have to be, it could not be a 6-9 pair. It would have to be 7 and 8 here. And therefore, 6 and 8 by themselves add up to 14, which is not allowed because this is at most 13 for these 3 digits. So this cannot be 6 here. This is 1, 2, or 3. This is already 140 for all of these cells. So it's at least 142, but that's not telling us much. Can this ever be 8? Maybe. That means the remaining 4 digits must add up to 20. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 6? No, that's not possible. So say this was 8. 1 would have to be here. And then you would have to have a 2. It could not be 4 and 5 because the 5 would have to be one of these. So it would have to be 2, 3, 6 here. But then that would force this to be both 4 and 9. Which is not allowed. So this can never be 8 here. Five digits. So either this, if this is 9, if it's 9, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. So this would be 2, 3, and 9. And this would be 1 and 5. If this is not 9, what can this be? I think it only can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, adding up to 20. And 5 can't, so either way, 5 is one of these 2 digits. Right? The combinations that add up to 20 for 5 digits with these specific digits, 7, and we tried 8 here. 8 doesn't work because that requires 4 digits, which add up to 12. So this would be 1. This would have to be a 2, 3, 6 triplet, but that would eliminate possibilities here because this can't contain 4. So this has to have a 4 here. So the combination cannot have 8. Then it has to either be 9 with 1, 5 here, and this 2, 3. Oh, wait, that doesn't work. Say we did have a 9 here. This is 1, 5, and this is 2, 3. This would be 4, but 6 would have to be here then, which is not possible. Right, so 6 has to be one of these two digits to add up to, because this doesn't add up to 20, right? We try to have, we can't have 7 and 8 there, because that would add up to 15 by those two digits, and then you'd have to have 3 unique digits adding up to 5, which is not allowed. So therefore, it must have a 5, and we tried it with 7. That's 12, which relieves 8 the remaining digits, or 8 the sum of the remaining 3 digits, which means it cannot have 1, 2, 5. It must be 1, 3, 4. So it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Or if it's 5 and 8, that adds up to 13, which leaves the remaining digits adding up to 7, which is because it's 20 minus 13. And that requires also a 4. So that would be 1, 2, 4. So either way, 6 can't be here. 6 has to be one of these digits, so this cannot be 6. Well, if 6 is one of these digits, 4 also has to be one of these digits. 9 has to be one of these digits. The problem is you need 2 out of 4, 6, and 9 to add up to, with these digits to add up to 20. Well, if you try 4 and 9, that doesn't work because the remaining digits add up to 7 with 3 unique digits, and we already have a 4 there. If you have 6 and 9, that adds up to 15 with 3 unique digits, adding up to 20 minus 15, which is 5, which is not possible. So it has to be then a 2. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 2 or 3 with 4 or 6. This can't be 4. This can't be 6. Therefore, that force, where is the 9 here? It has to be here. So this is 9. This has to be 5 with 2 or 3 here. Right? Where is the 9 in this region here? Cannot be here, cannot be here. It must be either here or here, right? Yeah, I guess it still could be 9 here. One of these is 5, so this cannot be 5 here. The rest of these cannot be 5. This is 9. These 3 digits add up to the remainder, which is 20 minus 9, which is 11. It could be 1, 2, 8. Any of those are 1, 2, 8. 7, 3, and 1. 4, 6, and 1. So this would have to be 4 and 6. Those are all the ones. It could be 2, 3, 6. So 2, 3, and 6. Or 2, 4, 5. And it would have to be 4 and 5 outside. Well, that's a lot of things. But this can't be 5, actually. So therefore, because one of these two is a 5. This cell sees all of these. One of these is 2 or 3, and it sees one of these two, which is one of these is 2 or 3. So this cannot be 2 or 3. This is 1, 7, or 8 here. This cannot be 9. This cannot be 9. The 9 has to be one of these 3 cells. If this is 9, it would have to be with 1, 2, and 3. I guess that's possible. Either that or this is 9 and 4. Okay, so either this is 9, which forces that to be 4, so this can't contain a 4 here. Or this is 9, which means it's with 1, 2, and 3, so this can't be 4. So either way, this cannot be 4, so 4 has to be one of these two. So either this is 6 or this could be 6. Uh-huh. If this were 9, you'd have 3 digits adding up to 11. So I think it would have to be 1, 3, and 7 here. Right? So if this is 9, this adds up to 11. Yeah, without a 4, you could have without a 4 and an 8. There's no 1, 2, 8. There's no 1, 4, 6. There's no. I guess it could be 2, 3, 6. No, but that would eliminate all cells from all possibilities for these cells. Oh, one of these has to be 6, so none of these can be 6. That's also another Oh, interesting. Hmm. Huh, interesting. Hmm. Okay. So if this is 9, it cannot be 2, 3, 6 because one of these two has to be 6. It could be 1, 3, 7. What are the other possibilities here? So that now that we've limited the 6s here, that limits of things a lot, right? You could have 9 here with 1, 3, 7, which would make this 2, 6, 2, 6. This would be 2, 6. This would have to be 5. That's possible. What about if this is 7? Can you add up with the remaining digits to add up to 7? No, because the maximum would be 2, 3, 5, which is 10 plus 7, which is 17. So 7 cannot be here. 6 could definitely be here with 2, 5, 7, right? So you could have 6, 9 with 2, 5, 7 here. That would force us to be 3, 6, 3, 6, and this would be 1. Okay, so that's possible. 6, is it only 2, 5, 7 with it? That's 14. Yes, it has to be only 2, 5, 7. So 1, 3, 7, 2, 5, 7 so far. What about 5? If you have 5 here, the minimum here. So this cannot be repeats of any of these digits, right? If you have a repeat of any of these, the maximum this would be was 3, 5, and would be 2, 3, 5, and 7, which adds up to 17. So this cannot be 1, 2, 3, 5, or 7. It can't be 4, 8. This has to be 6 or 9 here. Interesting. Um, this could be 8 if this is 1 and 2. So 7 does have to be one of these two digits here. 4 is one of those two. 4 is one of those two. 4 could be either here or here. This is 21 with 4 other digits. I don't know what that tells us. If this is 9, This becomes 4. That adds up to... This would be 6, so this would be 257. Oh, that's interesting. How does that affect everything? So obviously, if this is 9, this has to be... Well, it doesn't have to be 4. If this is 4, this has to be 9, which means that can't be 4. 4 then would have to be this cell, which means this can't be 4, 9. Therefore, this would have to be the 9 in this region, which means this is 1, 2, and 3. So that's if this is 4, right? That would force this to be 9. So if this is 4, this is 9. This has to have 2 digits from 1, 2, and 3. And 8 would have to be part of this. And I think that would break, right? So if we try to have this 4, where's the 9 in this region? Can't be here because of the 6, 9 pair. Can't be here because of the 9. Can't be here because of a 9. So this must be 9. Well, this 4 eliminates 4 here. So this must be 4 out of this region. Therefore, this can't be 4 and 9. Therefore, this is 9, which must be with 1, 2, and 3. But the problem is this could only contain 1 out of the digits of 1, 2, and 3 because 2 of them have to be here. So what would this be at minimum? It cannot have an 8 because 8 can't be here, 8 can't be here, 8 must be in this region. So 8 must be in this region. 20 minus 8 would be 12. And you'd have 3 digits adding up to 12. That actually is fine. Okay, well, this would be 9. This would be 137, so this would be 5. Ah, and then this would break? 5 could not be here. 5 could not be here. This would have to have an 8. So this would be 5 here, then, if that's the case. This would be 1, 2, or 3 here. This would have to contain 6, 7, and 8. And that would break. So that's how we break that, right? Right? It would be 6, 7, and 8. That already adds up to 21, which is greater than the cage sum. And that fails. So this cannot be 4 then. This could still be 9. This has to contain it. This has to be 4. Which means 4 cannot be here. 4 cannot be here. 4 has to be one of these 2 digits. And 4 is one of these 2 digits. Okay. This is 4. The remaining digits add up to 16. 9 cannot be in that. Could be 8. So this is 4. 4 is one of these 2. So 4 cannot be here. 4 has to be one of these 3. No 9's possible. So 16 without a 9. It could be 178. 178. What else? 268. 358. So 178, 268, 358. What about without 8? That's pretty broad. So what are the possibilities here then? 1, 2, and 8 adding up with 9 to add up to 20. 1, 3, 7 if this is 7 and this is 1 or 3. No 1, 4, 6 because this can't be 4 and this can't be 4. 2, 3, 6 as long as this is 3 or 6. And it cannot be 2, 4, 5 because again this can't be 4 and this can't be 4. So there's no 5 here. Six has to be one of these 2 digits here. These digits... Hmm. Hmm. If this is 6, 2, 5, 7, this would be obviously 3 and 6, 3 and 6. So this would be 1, 2. This would have to be 3, 4, and 6. So this would be 6. Otherwise, if this is not 6, this would have to be 9. Which makes this 1, 3, 7. This is 2, 6, 2, 6. Which would mean this would be 2. Okay, so the possibilities are, if this is 6, this becomes 2, 5, 7. This is 1. This would be 3, 6, 3, 6, which would force this to be 3, 4, and 6 here. But this can't be 6, this can't be 6. This would have to be 6 there, and this would be a 3, 4. Otherwise, this is 9. This becomes 1, 3, 7. This is 5. This becomes 2 and 6, which means this can't be 2, so this would be 2, 4, and 6 here. And that could be 6. So this can never be 3 here. But that doesn't tell us very much. If this is 6, well, we already know that. Never mind. Oh, if this is, okay, one of these is 1, right? One cannot be here, one cannot be here. One of these has to be 1, which means this can't be 1. This is a 2, 6 pair here, which eliminates 2 and 6 from the rest of the region. Cannot be 2, 6 here. Okay. If this is 6, obviously this is 2, this is 6, this has to be, this 6 would have to be with 2, 5, 7. So this would be 3, this would be 1, and this would be 6. Hmm. Uh... 9 cannot be here. Where is... Well, actually, no, it's one of those two. Hmm. Actually, yeah, that's interesting. If this is 1, that means this cannot be 1. Well, if this is 1, it matches that. So that doesn't really tell us much. If this is 7 or 8, this has to be 1. which requires this to be a 2-8 pair because it cannot be 137, it can't be 146 anymore. So this would be 1 with 2 and 8, which would force that to be 5. So this could not be 257, it would be 137. Therefore, 137 would be with 9, which would mean this is not a 9. This would be 137. This would be 2 and 6. So this would be 1357 here. This would be 8. This would be 246. This would be 3535. Still 2828. This would then be 1. Huh. Okay, this adds up to 15. This adds up to 11. This adds up to what? 7 or 8? Yes. So 26 plus 5 is 31. Plus 2 and 3. Okay, yeah, let's look at this then. Actually, we could add up all of these, I guess. Right? Huh. We could. What does that add up to? 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 20s. So that adds up to 80. 80 plus 13 plus 7, which is another 20, 100, plus 15 is 115. 3 regions added up together is 135. So right now, this by itself adds up to 115. Ah, there you go. That means the remaining 3 digits adds up to 20. Right? Because we have 20 here, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 115. And this is almost all 3 regions. It just requires those 3 digits. So those 3 digits add up to 20. The thing is, this is at most 12. If we try to have, because these 2 digits add up to 3 at least, so this is at most 15 minus 3, which is 12. If we try to make this bigger, this becomes smaller. So then this becomes 11. 11 plus one other digit would have to be 9 to add up to 20, but 9 cannot be here. Therefore, this must add up to 12. This must be an 8. So this must be 8. These must add up to 12, and this is a 1, 2 pair here, which eliminates 1 and 2 in the rest of the column. This 8 eliminates 8 from being here. Therefore, this is a 3. This can't be 3 or 8. Whereas this can't be 3. It's a 2, 5 pair, which eliminates 2 and 5 from the rest of the cage. This is 3, 4, 6, which eliminates 3 here. This then becomes 1, 2, 5, and 8 to add up to 20 with the 4. So this cannot be 7 here. This is 1, 2, 5, and 8. This becomes a 3, 6, 3, 6 pair, which eliminates 3 in the rest of the region. This 2, 5 pair eliminates 2 here, so this is 1. This 1 and 3 can only add up with 7 and 9 to add up to 20. That's a fail. This is 8, this is 1 and 2. This has to be 7 and 9, so that's 7 and 9, which forces this to be 8 and 5, and that's a fail. I think that's valid. The reasoning behind that was valid. I don't know why it failed so hard, though. I think this is still valid. This has to be 9. Because you need 4 and 6 to be here. Right? 9 is here, so 9 cannot be any of these. 9 could be here. This is always 7, so this is a 6-9 pair. 4 always has to be part of this. This has to definitely be 4. I think, yeah, this is still valid, right? So we have 20 here, 40, 60, 80. Oh, I forgot about that. Never mind. Right. This plus these. Okay, so the other reasoning probably makes sense. It's just that I messed up execution here. So this is still valid. Yeah, this is 20, 40, 60, 80, 115. These two and this digit adds up to 20. So that's the issue. Actually, that's a good question. This can never have a 9. So can this ever not have an 8? This is at most 2 and 3. It obviously cannot be 1, 3, cannot be 1, 2, because that requires this to be 8, 9. I guess that's fine. 1, 2 with 8, 9. So it would have to be... Oh, there's no 9 here. We know there's no 9 here, period. So 1, 2 would be 8 and 9. 1, 3 would have to be 7 and 9. So those don't work. 2 and 3 could work. So if this were 2 and 3, well, then this would fail. So that can't be 2 and 3. Therefore, the 8 does have to be one of these two digits, which means this cannot be 8. This is then 1 or 2 with 8 here. In 1 or 2. Or it's 1, 3, 7, or it's 2, 3, 6. We're not sure. This is 8 with something, so this cannot be 8 here. This can't be 8. 8 can't be here. So 8's either here or one of these two digits. Huh. This cannot contain 9. It can't contain 8 either. This can't be 8. So either this is 8, 5, which forces this to be 9 with 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's interesting. Well, we know 4 can't be here, so that's not that helpful. Can 4 be here? I guess so, right? 4, 3, 8, and 5 works. 4, 2, 8, and 6 works. 4, 1, 8, and 7 all works. Huh, that's interesting. Uh, but if this is 4, so say this is 4. Actually, we're saying if this is 8, this is 1 or 2 with it, right? If this is 8, this can't be 4, so this is 4. So if this is 8, this has to be 5, which means this can't be 5. This is 5. This can't be 5. This is 9 then with 1, 2, or 3 here. Obviously, that can't be 9 there. This can't be 9. So if, again, we try to make this 8, which makes that 5, that makes this 8. This has to be 9 here. This is 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 5. This can't be 5. This would then be 6, which would mean this can't be 9. This is 9. One, 2, and 3. This would be 1, 2, or 3, which would force this to be 4. This 9 would be 1, 3, 7. 2, 6 would be here. Therefore, this would be 2. This would be 3. This would be 5. So far, this is okay. Neither of these could be 1, 2, or 3. But if we don't have a 1, 2, or 3 here, this is at minimum 4, 5, 6, 7, which adds up to 22. So 1, 2, or 3 has to be here. This can't be 2 or 3, so this is 1. It cannot be 1, 2, 8, so it would be 1, 3, and 7, which forces this to be 2, 8. This is 4, this is 6. So far, that's working fine. This is 3. Sorry, this can't be 3. This can't be 3. This has to be 1, 3, 7. So this is 1. This is 2. This is a 3, 7 pair. This can't be 3. This can't be 3. You'd have this then would be 1. This can't be 2. This would have to be 2. This would be 5. This would have to be 8 and therefore 6 here. This can't be 5, so this would be 5. This would be 7. This would be... This all looks kosher. So yeah, that's valid. If that's 8. Okay. So if this is 8, this becomes 8. That's valid. I think that forces that to down a certain path, right? So if this can't be 8, this can't be 8 because one of these two is 8, and this can't be 8 because one of these two is 8. Right, we tried 2 and 3. That eliminates 2 and 3 from both of these cells, so that wouldn't work for this cage. We tried 1, 3. That makes this 7, 9, but 9 cannot be here. We tried 1, 2. That makes this 8, 9, which also cannot be 9 here. So 9 has to be one of these two. Therefore, this must be 8 with something. If we tried 8 here, this becomes 5, which makes that a 5. This becomes 9. This is 1, 2, 3, and that leads to all of what I led to. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 4. This is 6. This 9 means this can't be 9, so that's 9, which means that's 1, 3, 7, which makes this 2, 6, which means this has to be 2 here, which makes that 3. 8 cannot be here, and 8 would be here then. This would be 4. 4, 8. Because this is 8, 5. This is 9. This would be 1. And this would be 1. So this would be 1, 3, 7. That works. Otherwise, 8 has to be here, which would make this a 1, 2, 8 triplet. So this would be 2. This would be 3. right? Let's just go back down that path. 8, 5, 9. This is not 9. This is 9. 1, 3, 7, 2, 6. This becomes 8 here. This is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. So that's 4. This can't be 1, 2, or 3. So this is 5 or 7. But 5 cannot be here. This is 1, 3, 7. So this is 5. 5 can't be here. 5 can't be here. 5 can't be here. 5 can't be here. So this is 5, which makes this have to be 5. Which makes that 7. This can't be 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 6. This is 1, 3, 7, so this is 2, which means this can't be 2, which means that's 2. Therefore, this can't be 2. This can't, well, This would have to be 3, right? So this is 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 3, so neither of this can be 3. This can't be 2, so this is 1, so this is 2. This becomes 4 and 6. Right. So that seems fine. If it goes that way. Otherwise, we have 8 here, which would make this 1, 2, and 8. So this either way, this is 1 or 2. So it's either 1, 3, 7, or this is 8. So this can never have 6 here. So this would be 7, 3 with 1. Or 8 with 1 or 2 and 1 or 2 here. This is 4 and 9. Can this ever be 9 is kind of the question, right? So let's try that if that's 9. If this is 9, this is 6, this is 2, 5, 7 here. Which means this has to be 1. This is a 3, 6 pair here, which means this can't be 3. So it can't be 7 here. 1, 2, 5, 8, which makes that 7. This can't be 2. So this can't be 3 here. This is a 2, 5 pair, which eliminates 2. So this is 1. This cannot be 1. This can't be 1 or 2. This is 3, 8. This 9 means this can't be 9. So this is 9. This is 4. 3, 8. 2 digits adding up to 9. Because 3 and 8 add up to 20, 11 without the 20. Sorry, 20 minus 11 is 9. So it cannot be 1, 8, cannot be 3, 7. 6 is here, so this can't be 6 here. So this is 6 there. 2, 5 means this can't be 2, so this can't be 8 here. No 3, 6, no 1, 8. No 4, 5, so this has to be 2 and 7, which eliminates both possibilities here. So we know for certain then this cannot be 6. Or sorry, this can't be 9, which means where is the 9 in this box? It has to be here. So this is a 1, 3, 7 triplet here, which eliminates 1, 3, and 7 in the rest of the box. This is 5. This can't be 3. This can't be 1 or 7. We already knew that, actually. This can't be 2 or 6. This can't be 3. This can't be 2 here. So this becomes a 2, 4, 6 triplet, which eliminates 2, 4, and 6 from the rest of the row and the rest of the cage. So this is a 3, 5 pair. This can't be 3. 2, 6 means this has to be 1, 3, 5, 7 plus 4 to add up to 20. So this can't be 8. This therefore is an 8, which means 8 cannot be here. This 5, 7 pair eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the region, so this cannot be 7. This can't be 3 either. We know 3 is one of these two. That's interesting. We'll figure that out. This is 9. Where is the 9 in this uppermost region? It has to be one of these 4. Where's the 9 in this region? It has to be one of these 2. So there's a 9 in row 2 and 3. There's another 9 in row 2 and 3, which means this cannot be 9. So one of these 6 is a 9. This can't be 2 or 6 here because of the 2, 6 pair in the column. 9 could be any of these, though. Okay. Five cannot be here. 5 cannot be here. So 5 in this region has to be one of these 3. Where is the 5 in this region? Cannot be here. It has to be either here or here. So we have a 5 in this region is in rows 6 and 8. 5 in this region has to be in rows 5, 6, and 8, and a row in this, and 5 in this region has to be in rows 5 and 6. Therefore, 5 cannot be here. 5 has to be one of these 4 digits. This can't be 5 either, for the same reasoning. So these 2 digits add up to 11, or they add up to 10. If it's 2, 8, it has to be... Okay. If this is 1 and 8, it cannot be 2 and 9 here. If it's 2 and 8, obviously there can't be a 2 here. So there can never be a 2 in either of these spaces. If this is 1, 8, there's no 9. It adds up to 11. There's no 3, 8. It's either 4, 7, which is, I guess, possible. Or 5, 6. So that's possible. So if this is 1, 8, it's 4, 7, or 5, 6. If this is 2, 8, cannot be 1, 9. Can't be 2, 8, obviously. Could be 3 and 7. or 4 and 6. So either way, this can never be 6, 7, right? If this is 1, 8, this is either 4, 7 or 5, 6, which eliminates 6 and 7 in both cases. If this is 2, 8, you can only have 3, 7 or 4, 6, which eliminates 6, 7 in both cases. So this can't be 6 or 7. This is then 5 or 9. Could be 3, 7 here, 4, 7, 5, 6. So where is the 2 in row 5? It has to be one of those 4, which doesn't really help much. I'm going to pause because I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Let's continue. Okay. Five can only be here or here. If this is 3 and 7, so obviously if it's 4 and 6, this has to be 8 and 5. That's fine. If this is 3 and 7, does that actually ever work? That would force this to be 4, 9. Where is the 5 in this region then? It would have to be here. So 5 would be here, 5 would have to be here then. The remaining 3 digits must add up to 10. Could be 1, 2, 7. 1, 3, 6 with the 5. That adds up correctly too. 1, 4. No, there's no 4 allowed. Because the 4 sees all the digits here and all the digits here. So 9 is with 1, 2, 3, 5. So again, we have 3, 7 here. That eliminates 3, 7 here. So it's 1, 2, 8 here, which forces this to be 4, 9. That leaves this as 5. It could be 6 here. 5 and 6. One, 3, 5, 6 is possible, right? So it could be 1, 2, 6, 7, 1, 2, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6. And I think that's the only other possibility. Because the other one would be 2, 3, and 5 added with 5, which isn't valid. So that's possible. So this would be 3, 7. This would be 1, 8. No, sorry, 2, 8. This would be 1. So this would be 2, 8 here. 4, 9. So 2, 8, 4, 9. I'm not sure if going down this path makes sense. Anyways, let's look at other things. 4 digits adding up to 20 without 5 or 7. you cannot have the full 2, 4, 6, 8. So it cannot be 3 evens here. One of these has to be odd. Therefore, it has to be 9. So 9 has to be here with the other odd to add up to 20. So this can't be 9 here, which means this can't be 6. This can't be 9. This is a 4 or 8 here. This 9 eliminates 9 here. So this must be 6, which makes this a 9. Yeah, this was better going down this path. 6 can no longer be here, whereas the 6 in this region, it has to be here. So this is 6, this is 9, which means this can't be 9 here. So 6 has to be one of these digits, because it can't be in the rest of this lower right region. Therefore, this can't be 6, this is 2, this is 6, this is 2, this is 6. There's a 2 here, so there cannot be a 2 here. 9 can no longer be here, so 9 is one of these 3 digits. Since 9 is one of these 3 digits, because it can't be here and can't be here, this can't be 9, so this is 5 and 8. And therefore we know this is 4, this can't be 8, this is 8. This has to be 9, and this must be a 1, 2, 3 triplet. There we go. That's what solves that. This can't be 8. This 1, 2, 3 triplet eliminates 1, 2, and 3 in the rest of the column. This can't be 2, so this is 4. This can't be 1 or 3. This is 7. That leaves this as a 5. Neither of these can be 5 then. This can't be 7. This can't be 5 here, so this must be 3, which makes this 5. This 3 means this can't be 3. This 3 means this can't be 3, so this is 1, which makes this 3, which makes that a 2. Therefore, this is 6. This can't be 4 or 6, so this is 2, which leaves us as a 1. This is 2 and 8. This is 4 and 6. This has to be, cannot have an 8. It's 1, 3, and 7, which makes this a 1. This can't be 1 or 3, so this is 5. What is the remaining digit in this region? It's 1, so this is 1. That leaves this as 2 and 8. This can't be 2 because of that 2, so this is 2, this is 8, this is 6. This has to be 7. This cannot be 2 here. So this can't be 5. 5 is one of these two. 6 has to be one of these. 2 cannot be here, so if this were 2, it would have to be here, and that would be a contradiction. Therefore, this is 8, which makes this 4. Neither of these can be 4, obviously. This can't be 4. This has to be a 2-9 pair here. So this is 2 and 9, which adds up with 8. That adds up with 1 to add up to 20. So this is 3. This is then 3, 6, and 8. That's 3 in the corner. We celebrate because we know we're getting close to solving it. This can't be 3. This is 1. This is 3. That leaves us as a 5. 3, 6, 8 is here. 3 cannot be here anymore. This can't be 4. This is 1 or 7. We have 1, 2, 9, 8. This remaining digits here are 2, 9, and 8. This can't be 2, though. 5 cannot, 1 and 5 cannot be here, 1 cannot be here. So since 1 can't be here and 2 can't be here, what's the minimum this could be? 3, 4, 5, and 8. And that's the minimum guaranteed here. So this is 8. This has to be 3 and 5 then, which adds up to 20. This can't be 3. This is 7, which makes that a 3. This cannot be 2, and it cannot be 9. Where is the... Well, actually, this can't be 9. I don't even know how I got that. That's wrong. So that's not right. This is 2, 4, and 8. Well, can't be 2, can't be 4. This has to be 8 anyways. This cannot be 5, can't be 1. Sorry, can't be 1 or 2. So adding up with 12 to add up to 20 is 3 and 5. So this has to be 3 and 5, which makes this a 7 because of a 3, 5 pair. Therefore, this is 3. These can't be 2 again. Where is the 2 in row 5? It has to be here. So this is 2. This is a 1, 7, 1, 7 pair. These 4 digits add up to 1, 4, and 5 add up to 10 plus 7 is 17 plus 8 would be 25. So this is 8. This cannot be 8. This is 2, 3, and 6. That's 11 plus 9 adds up to 20. So that's 9. This 2 means this can't be 2. So this is 4, which makes that 2, which makes that 9, which makes that 2. We have to have a 1 here because 1 cannot be here. So this is 1. This is 7. This has to be 8. So 1, 2, 7. Wait, that doesn't work. 1, 6. This is 6. This is 7. I don't know how I got 8 there. Anyways. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 adds up to 20. So that's fine. This can't be 1 or 7, so this is 3. This can't be 8 because of that 8, so this is 9, which makes that 8. This can't be 3. This can't be 1 either, so this is 7. This is 4. This 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 1, 7, 1. 7 eliminates 7 here, so this is 5, 7, which makes this 3 and 5. This is 6 and 3. Apologies for that. That was, not my best showing. Made some, well, I don't know. It took a while for me to get around to things, and I wasn't targeting, I don't think, the right killer cages here. Very interesting, though, especially how the killer cages interact with the irregular Sudoku. Yeah. I'm not sure how else in the future I would approach this. Yeah, just sometimes you just have to work things through, just in your own mind. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.